Good morning. It is morning, still. 10:12 a.m. Tuesday, October 4th. What do we got going on here? Clear. Now we're off. So I tried to record yesterday and it did not go well, and I had made the decision just to stop it, and I was going to just erase it. I haven't erased it yet, but I haven't taken it off the camera yet either. I may save it. I don't know. It adds a little bit of context to today, because I was in kind of a unusual spot, tight spot, uncomfortable spot yesterday, and it was affecting everything. It was affecting my well-being, my everything. There's really no other way to break that down. I was definitely troubled, and getting into the midday, I was feeling extremely edgy, uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable, mentally unclear, very short-tempered, but made it through the afternoon. I made an attempt to record. It didn't work out. I just said, fuck it, I'm done. Sort out the rest of the day, weather this storm, and move on. But it's definitely not feeling any positive draw towards starting a business, especially in property management. Starting to feel a little bit frustrated with this, my job again, and was trying not to let it consume me. But I was also trying not to disregard it completely, because it seemed to me that it was for some purpose, and that resurfaced this morning, that idea, everything for a purpose, even mood swings and personality traits, hardwired personality traits. So I made it through the rest of the day yesterday. I was ready to be done with the office, to get away from the office. I was ready to be done with property management, not think about it. A lot of potential issues there, and again, I was trying not to give them too much weight to manifest in my life, but trying to be aware of the possibilities, and that's the balance that you really need to find, is being aware of circumstances, potential consequences, actions and reactions of others, anticipate being said, I had a dream last night, and it was a very emotional dream in that I was extremely happy, joyous, overwhelmed with love and enthusiasm. And I woke up and I missed that feeling. I experienced it in my dream and I wanted it back. And the dream itself, detail-wise, was I was starting a business, an endeavor that was very much what I had dreamed up 20-some years ago. But as dreams tend to do, the vivid imagery, and for me, I had no idea I was dreaming. This was, from my perception, it was real. I was doing this, and it had an impact on me because I felt like I was finally able to achieve a dream that I dreamed a long time ago and have been pursuing in some form or another ever since. I felt extremely passionate and overjoyed, and just, I mean, I cannot even find the words to explain how I felt, but I really want that feeling in my life, not just in a dream state. And I came up with the concept of Shadowland when I was 19 or 20. Created the logo, created the concept, expanded that concept over several years, designed a building, shopped for years for land on which to build this building, and a large portion of my focus over all those years was to manifest this dream. And I thought about it every single day. Everything that I did every day was an attempt to create that dream. refreshing. I actually felt pretty good about that because I felt like I had been successful in what I was attempting to do, and that was relax and unwind and let go of some of the stuff that I was holding on to. And that's when I made my normal switch and rolled over to my side and dozed off, went into another heavy sleep, and that's when I was dreaming the dream I've been talking about for the last 20 minutes or so. But I felt good. I really did. I felt refreshed. I felt rejuvenated. It was a good night's sleep, which is fantastic. And so I woke up and I felt much more clear. I was thinking about my dream through the morning. I was thinking about where I'm going, what I'm doing, and process where I had been the last couple of days. I started processing all the circumstances and situations that had come up in the last couple of weeks. I started analyzing all the little tasks that require my attention, both in my working and non-working life, and felt pretty good about it. Behind everything, the reason I'm experiencing the things that I'm experiencing in the way that I'm experiencing them, and what that means for me, and the decisions I have made along the way, both recent and as far back as I can remember. And I still have the lingering feelings associated with the dream of creating something beautiful in the world, and the benefit, the joy that others could get from that, and the steps I have taken to get to that point. And even though that wasn't and hasn't been always the goal or the dream that's on the forefront of my mind in making these decisions and pursuing this path, I still think it's the ultimate goal. So where I was feeling somewhat discouraged and less motivated towards pursuing a property management company, I'm starting to see, again, I've altered my perception or perspective to see the bigger picture and how that piece fits into that, and the benefit that I can see from doing that. Right now, because of my workload at work, as much as I would like to put some focus on starting that business, I think where I was earlier in the week about just putting everything on hold for the next 2 weeks until after Hawaii, which is pretty much my workload for the office, is going to tie me up do all the things that I need to do. 6546 is this one. And be caught up before we go to Hawaii, and hopefully be able to enjoy the trip, even though I'll still be working to a certain extent. But I think that's the best plan, and that's what I need to try and keep in my mind when I hit days like yesterday where it just doesn't seem worth it. I am questioning my choice to pursue that, because to a certain extent it's going to be harder to pursue because it isn't the pretty part. Building the foundation is hard work. It's difficult, and it can be ugly. But without it, I don't have a base to build the pretty stuff. That's it.